Every single day, I get students in the comments sending me emails and telling me in person, Adam, I just want to be able to sit down at the piano and play scales. No, that wasn't it. It was something like, Adam, I want to be able to sit down at the piano and play exercises and patterns. No, that also kind of sucks. Oh, I remember what it was. It's, Adam, I'd love to be able to just sit down at the piano and play a song. So many people overcomplicate this. It doesn't have to be that hard. You just have to follow 3 simple steps. Around here, we call it the RCR Method. This method works every time. It's an incredible formula that you can plug in and really play any tune, but it gives you room to be an artist, to make great music. RCR stands for root, chord, rhythm. These are the things that you need to add underneath the melody that you're trying to play to be able to sit down and play any tune and make it sound good. In this video, I'm going to go through these very simple techniques step by step. And by the end, you're going to be able to play any tune from a lead sheet you want and sound good. And make sure to stick around till the end because I've got a bonus technique that's going to take it to another level. Okay, we're about to start. But before we do, hit the description, grab that PDF. That's yours free to take home forever. Okay, ready? Step 1. So today we're working with Jerome Kern's Immortal, All the Things You Are, one of the greatest tunes ever written, an incredible song. And we're just going to work with the first 8 bars because that's enough information to teach us how to do this, how to sit down and be able to play any tune that we want. And you can do it in those 3 easy steps. Step 1 is just seeing what the information that we have is given to us in a lead sheet. By the way, you could learn this by ear. In fact, I would encourage you to. But if you're reading from a lead sheet, this is what we're looking at. We're looking at a certain amount of information. We're in the key of A flat. We have a melody of written notes, and then we have chord symbols above. The melody sounds like this. 2, 3, 4. Right? Pretty simple, straightforward. Now the chord symbols, F minor 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, and so on, are something that we're going to address, but not yet. I just want to address at first the root of those chords. Now the root of those chords is the letter itself. So let's look at how we can do this very easy first step, but it's usually skipped. Like this is something that people make the mistake of speeding through or skipping over. Just check out what we can do with just the root. Okay, same melody, same chord progressions, but we're not going to put any chords in here at first. All we want is to have the roots or the letter of the chords. So our F minor 7, we're just going to add an F in our left hand. For our B flat minor 7, just the B flat, right? Just one note whenever there's a chord. E flat, A flat, D flat, G, C, right? And those roots tell a different story. They're the first counter melody that we can offer to this melody. And it's a beautiful counter melody here, moving down in fifths or up in fourths, however you like to think about it. But it's this pattern that Jerome Kern gives us that our ear is drawn to. Let's try it again in time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interpret the melody a little bit. That is a lot. That's actually a lot. If you play with good time, keeping the pulse going in your mind, you can do just that. And that's the first step to building. And in fact, every tune I learn, I start with just the melody and the root because I want to be able to hear those things. It's so, so important. Do not skip over the step of just the root and the melody. It's really the foundation of everything. Pro tip number 1. When we're working with the root and the melody, we can start to connect the roots together by using either the fifth of the chord or the third of the chord. This is a great way to get what we call a two feel, where there's a half note feel. And it's a way that you can connect those roots a little bit closer. So I'm just going to, instead of playing whole notes, because we have a lot of time on each chord, I'm going to do half notes, and I'm going to put the fifth of each chord. And listen to how this connects. I'm just going to play the bass line here, adding fifths and a couple of thirds, right? So we'll start with our F, root, fifth, and then B flat, root, fifth of B flat, E flat, root, fifth, now A flat. Here's the third, D flat, fifth, G, the third, B, and then C. So are you seeing that? So I've got on F, I've got the root, and then the fifth, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but it's down an octave. And that connects to that B flat. Notice how these kind of lead us toward the next tone. On our A flat, instead of using the fifth, which I could use, I'm going to use the third. It's another great way to connect. These are just notes of the triad of the chord, right? Then the fifth of D flat, heading to G, the third of G, B natural, up to that C. So let's hear it now with the melody. And this gets us like 60% of the way there. Honestly, you could play a whole tune just doing this. One more time. 3, 5, third of G. Right? So now we have our roots and we can practice connecting them. You don't have to do it on every bar. Some bars you can just and then connect the next one. Right, that's a great way to do it. But that gets us so far. And that's why this step is so important, because it provides movement. It provides time when we start connecting those roots together, using fifths, using thirds. We're not using crazy chromatic things. We're literally just using the notes of F minor or B flat minor triads, right? And connecting the chords together with close tones that are from the previous chord. It's so simple and it's so easy, and it's usually slept on, but do not skip step 1, the roots. Okay, we have step 1, the roots, and we have those connecting fifths and thirds that really help us to connect the chords together and provide movement. Let's talk about chords. We want to now add some more color to this, and we're going to talk about chords. I've got 3 different chords here. I've got a major 7, a minor 7, and a dominant 7. I have them here all in C that you can easily see what they are, but you might have seen these before. These are very simple. Our C major 7 chord, we have C, E, G, and B. Now notice that that's a major 3rd, right? A perfect 5th, and that major 7th. Those 3rds and 7ths, those are the tones that determine what kind of chord we have. Our minor 7 is kind of the opposite of that. We've still got the C, but we've got a minor 3rd, still have the perfect 5th, G. We have a minor 7th, B flat, right? And then a dominant 7th is like a combination of those two. We've got C, we've got a major 3rd, E, the perfect 5th, G, and then we've got that minor 7th, B flat. So these 3 chords are the only kinds of chords that we're using to learn these first 8 bars of All the Things You Are. Major 7, minor 7, and dominant 7. Right, so we have root 3, 5, 7. That's going to be the starting place, right? And we just have to know major 7 has a major 3rd and a major 7. Minor 7 has a minor 3rd and a minor 7. And our C7, our dominant 7, has a major 3rd and a minor 7, right? If we know that, we can add chords to All the Things You Are. How are we going to do it? Check it out. Here's an example where we have the same melody and the same root that we've just been working with, right? We're going to take the half notes out for now. We're just going to do the basic version. No pro tips here. But we are going to add the chord. So if you notice, the melody itself in our first chord, F minor 7, is the 3rd. It's that minor 3rd, A flat, right? And F minor 7 is F, A flat, C, and E flat. And that 3rd is A flat of F minor. So we already have it. And we, of course, have the root already in our left hand. So all we need to add is the 5th, C, and the 7th, E flat. Bam! we got it, right? We just need to add whatever we don't have in the melody and the root to the rest of the chord. So here we have the third of B flat minor and the root of B flat minor. We need to add the fifth and the seventh. And that's all it is, folks. That's it. We're there now. Same thing here. E flat 7, the melody is the third, so we already have that. We've got the root already. We need to add the fifth, B flat, and the dominant seventh, that minor seventh, D flat. Right? Then for our A flat, we're going to count, because this G is the first note that's played. We'll count that as our seventh, and we'll add the fifth. When we have the root, of course, A flat, we'll add the fifth and the third below that. You could have done it opposite, but I just like the way this sounds here. But notice it's giving us different kinds of voicings by doing this, right? For the D flat major 7, right? The melody is the third again. We've got the root. We need to add the fifth and that major 7th. For the G7, again, the first note, we're going to say, we'll pick that as our melody, the 7th, that minor 7th. So we have the root already. We'll add the 5th and the 3rd. And then for our C major 7, the melody is again the 3rd. We already have our root. So we're going to add our 5th G and our 7th major 7, B natural. How does this sound? 2, 3, 4. Sounds pretty good. Let's play that one more time. We're playing a tune. We're sitting down and we're playing a tune. Pro tip. You don't have to do this, but if you're feeling comfortable with just completing those basic 7th chords, you can start adding things like 9ths, 11ths, and 13ths to the equation. So here we have the same voicing for our F minor 7, but I'm going to add the 11th. Now notice I didn't change the chord symbol. It still just says F minor 7. That's because when we're reading a lead sheet, we do have the license to add some of these colors. As long as it doesn't conflict with the melody, you're okay. And adding our 11th, B flat here, does not conflict with the melody, right? Root 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, B flat is our 11. Same thing here on our B flat minor 7 voicing. We add that E flat to the mix. Beautiful color. For our E flat 7, we add the 9, F here. Again, I don't have E flat 9 written in the chord because you don't have to see E flat 9 to play the 9. If it just says E flat 7 and it doesn't conflict with the melody at all, you're good to go. For our A flat major 7, I'm going to add that 9 here in my left hand. We'll add a 9 to the D flat major and add a 9 to the G7 as well. And another 9 here. So basically we added an 11th to the 2 minor 7 chords, and then we added a 9 to every other chord. Let's hear how that sounds. 2, 3, 4. Rich. That is so beautiful. I'm so excited. We're already here. We're here. Now that we have these beautiful textures, let's add another pro level to this, and let's add some of those connecting fifths and thirds, right? We can actually get a real time feel going here. Right, the same pattern that we were doing in the basic root, but just by connecting things. This is a real arrangement now. And you can plug and play this into any tune you want. In fact, at the end of this PDF that you have here, I'm going to list 5 tunes that you can do your RCR method with and just plug in these same ideas. And it works every time. Let's hear this one more time. This sounds so good. Now, if that's hard for you to play, you need to work on your hand independence, your finger independence. Take it slow. Go back to basics. Just go to the root and the melody. Start adding in just simple chords here and there. But that's the way to go right there. Okay, our final step. But don't forget to stick around to the end, because I do have a bonus feature that you can add to all this to like take it up another notch, right? Get you really playing some amazing stuff. The third step is pretty important. It's called rhythm. Ever heard of it? No, rhythm is king in playing anything. And all we want to do is actually kind of take away some things and add some rhythm to the equation. We're going to use the same basic voicings. These are not the extended voicings. These are just the simple root 3, 5, 7 voicings. Same ones we were working on. But all we're going to do is add some rhythm so that, we add a little bit of anticipation, a little bit of swing, a little bit of syncopation to this. So it's not so just half note, or just whole note or whatever. We can add a bit of rhythmic flair to this, and it makes all the difference. Let's listen to how this sounds by adding just a little bit of rhythm. I'm delaying the root and the chord, so I just have the melody for the first beat and a half. 1, 2, right? And I'm doing a swing eighth note as well, so it's going to feel a little bit late, that eighth note. 1, 2. On the second bar, we're going to do a rest on the first eighth note, and then again do the root and the chord on that and of 1, and then on beat 3. So it sounds like 2, 3, 4, right? The third bar, we're just going to go back to our half note, right? That's the key to syncopation. Syncopation doesn't mean everything's on the offbeat. It means that there's these unexpected turns where some things are on the offbeat, some things are on the downbeat. So if we have everything on the offbeat, then nothing's on the offbeat. We have to have measures like this where everything's on the 1 so that when we go off of it, it feels interesting. For our A flat, we're going to play the root on the 1 and the chord on that and of 2. And then another just straight up half note bar on the D flat. And on the G flat, we're going to do a nice little upbeat thing. And then add the melody on that and. So this is going to be the most difficult version. You need a lot of finger and hand independence. So let's go slow. Let's try it. Nice and slow. 1, 2, 3. Boy, does that sound good. Now, what would it sound like if we added in those 11ths and those 9ths to the situation, right? So these are the same rhythms, but now we're going to add those extensions in that we had before. Check this out. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll tell you what, y'all, that is all you need. That is all you need. Those 3 steps, putting them all together like this, that sounds awesome. And again, you can literally put this anywhere. Let's check out our bonus, though. What if we want to take it up one more level? Here's our bonus. Our bonus is going to be adding substitutions. So instead of just doing a half note that's from the chord, and this is really for the advanced player. So if you're more on the intermediate, the high intermediate, advanced side of things, this is something that you can do. I hear Peter Martin do this all the time, Sullivan Fortner, some of our greatest pianists. And all we're going to do here is on some of the chords, we're going to come down to, let's say our target chord here is E flat 7 in bar 3. We're going to come down our E7 to our E flat 7. So a half step above our target, A7 to the A flat major, right? A flat 7 to our G7, right? You could even do D flat 7 to C major if you want. But that's called a tritone substitution. You don't have to know that, but anytime you're approaching a target from a half step above on a dominant chord, we usually call that a tritone sub in jazz piano. Let's listen to how it sounds with these incredible substitutions. Again, just adding an approach chord a half step above our target. So none on the first bar, but here. Amazing. Notice how it Notice how it gives it this incredible direction. It gives us this like, whoa feeling. Let's hear that one more time. And I'm adding rhythm there because that's what we do, right? That's how we get this great sound, is with that RCR method. So again, root, chord, rhythm. The RCR method. It works every time. Again, check out the PDF. I gave you 5 more tunes that you can do this on. It is kind of foolproof. It's going to work and you're going to sound good. So the next time that you think to yourself, I wish I could just sit down and play a tune, think RCR and you got it. Happy practicing.